I've come to realize that nothing in life worth having comes without risk. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." I'm sure you've experienced this during school, when applying to college, when choosing your major, or when deciding what you want to do in life. I never understood the mindset of relying solely on something safe to lean on. Personally, I don't want to lean on anything. I want to move forward, even if I don't know what I might run into. Without consistency, you will never see something through to the end. That's why you must do what you are passionate about, take risks, and never be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test that asks you to draw 5 straight lines through 5 dots without lifting your pencil. The only way to do it is to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to step outside the lines. Don't fear great failures. Don't be afraid to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, making him the player with the most strikeouts in baseball history. But nobody remembers the strikeouts. They remember the home runs. Keep moving forward. Did you know Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb? I knew that because on the 1,001st try, he made it work. Each failed attempt is a step closer to success. You must take risks. I'm sure you've heard this before, but I want to explain why it's so important. At some point in life, you will fail. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will stumble. Early in my career, I auditioned for a role in a Broadway musical I thought was perfect for me, except for the fact that I couldn't sing. I didn't get the part. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't retreat. I prepared for the next audition and the next and the next. I prayed over and over, and I kept failing. But it didn't matter to me because there's an old saying, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you're going to get a haircut. Eventually, I got my chance. Last year, I played a role in a Broadway show called Fences. Here's the real kicker. That show was in the same theater where I had failed all those years ago. Every graduate here today has the education and talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? Because if you're not failing, you're not even trying. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Imagine being on your deathbed, surrounded by the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential, the ghosts of ideas you never acted on, the ghosts of talents you never used, staring at you with anger, disappointment, and sadness, saying, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life, but now we have to go to the grave with you." How many ghosts will be standing around your bed? I just returned from South Africa, a beautiful country, but also a place where terrible poverty exists. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The world needs so much, and we need you, especially you young people, to do it. I'm getting older. We need you to go out there and give everything you've got. I'm not talking about how much you have. I'm talking about what you do with what you have. Some of you will be business majors, some theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some have patience, some have kindness, some have the ability to endure hardship. Whatever your gift is, what will you do with it? One last point about failure. It's often the best way to figure out where you're headed. Life will never be a straight line. I started at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a class called cardiac morphogenesis. Couldn't read it, couldn't pronounce it, and couldn't pass it. Then I switched to law school, then journalism. My grades dropped, my GPA fell to 1.8, and the school politely suggested I take some time off. I was 20 years old, at the lowest point of my life. Then one day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mum in her beauty salon. There was an elderly woman there, one of the oldest in our neighborhood. I didn't know her personally, but every time I looked in the mirror, I saw her looking at me through the reflection. Finally, she said something I will never forget. "Young man, I have a prophecy for you. You will travel the world and speak to millions of people." And here I am, having spoken to millions around the globe. Taking risks isn't just about chasing a dream, it's about knowing what you know and admitting what you don't. It's about being open to people and ideas. The people you meet, the ones you love, the beliefs you hold, those will define you. Never lose your courage. Never back down. Give everything you have. Every time you fall, remember this: keep moving forward. If you're going through tough times, listen closely. There will be moments when you feel like your soul is dying, when you want to give up, when